Hello everyone! If you want to get good marks and study less for tests, then this video's for you. We've all had multiple choice tests before, and for multiple choice questions, you have a 1 in 4 chance of guessing correctly by chance alone. If the quiz consists of 10 questions, to find the probability of guessing by chance alone, we would multiply 1/4 times 1/4 10 times. And we would get 1 out of 1,048,576. That's one chance in a million of guessing all 10 questions correctly by chance alone. If we have one more option per question, our odds are even lower because we multiply 1/5 times 1/5 10 times. For 1 in 9,765,625. That's almost a 1 in 10 million chance of guessing all 10 questions by chance alone. The odds are low, and I know how you're feeling right now. Shh, don't worry. I have some tricks to help you. Remember to read the instructions carefully at the beginning of the test and for each question. Be sure to underline and circle any words that will help you when answering. So here is our first question. James drove 8 kilometers in 2 hours. What is his rate? It's a good idea to answer the question yourself before looking at the options. So we need to know what a rate is, and that's a distance per 1 unit of time. So if he went 8 kilometers in 2 hours, that would mean he went 4 kilometers in 1 hour. So his rate would be 4 kilometers per hour. The first option says 16 kilometers per hour. Nope. The second option says 4 kilometers per hour. This is the number we calculated, but I'm going to look at the other options before I circle this as my final answer. This option says 4 hours per kilometer. The units have been inverted, so it can't be. Then we come to the none of the above option. Well, previously we saw that this was our answer, and for two reasons, none of the above is not going to be our choice. One, we already calculated it and we know how to calculate a rate. This question weeds out the people who don't know what a rate is. And secondly, in other kinds of questions or subjects, the none of the above is usually the one to avoid because it's very hard to make 3 or 4 false statements. If you're unsure, guess, circle an answer, put a star beside it, and come back to it at the end of the test. You do this for two reasons. One, you don't want to be stuck on one question too long, and secondly, you might get information from the rest of the test to help you answer those questions later. Do not think the last two were B, therefore the next one cannot be B. I assure you, teachers do not keep this in consideration, and nowadays with computers, you might move a question from one place to another, and there might be several of the same letter in a row, and we don't even realize it. So do not spend your time analyzing how many letters of each type there are. Then we have the typical, if in doubt, the correct answer is C. Well, I have to tell you, most teachers have heard about this, and I, for one, try to avoid using too many C's. Why did I just say that? Okay, maybe I don't. In any case, you'd be best off to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Then there's the idea of grammatical agreement. The test writer will read and reread the correct response and check for agreement. In this case, elements is in plural, therefore sulfur cannot be the correct response. If in doubt and one option is much longer than the others, it will be the correct answer. Why? Well, a teacher will not go to the trouble of making a wrong answer extremely long. Plus, if you write a wrong answer that is too long, you might end up saying something that's true. Then you'll have two options that are correct for that question. The option, all of the above, is generally true. Why? Because these are very easy questions for teachers to write. It's easy to get information which is true and then at the end write all of the above. So that's the one that you want to choose. If you see the words never or always, These are false options. Why? There are always exceptions. This is a very easy way to make a false option. Options that say and are generally false. Why? Because it's much easier to take a correct answer and add and with something bizarre to it to make it wrong, rather than inventing a whole new option that's wrong from scratch. Example, water boils at 100 degrees. That's true, but if we add and freezes at 40, now we have an incorrect option. Even though I've shown you a few tricks, remember that the best way to assure success for all tests is to study and review daily. Subscribe to my channel to get updates on new videos, and if you'd like me to create more, like and share with someone who might find this helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.